Ladies and gentlemen, you know what's absolutely mind-blowing? People say they're desperate to change their life, but when you ask them, how much time did you invest in your dream today? They freeze. They stammer. I was busy. Busy doing what? Busy watching other people live their dreams on a screen. Let me drop a truth bomb on you. You don't need a perfect moment, a new year, or some magical alignment of stars to transform your life. You just need one laser-focused hour every single day. Just 60 minutes, that's all. But here's the catch. That 1 hour has to be sacred. Not your boss's hour, not your friend's hour, not your phone's hour, yours. The tragedy is, we treat our time like it's worthless air. But we lose our minds when we drop $20. People hemorrhage hours scrolling through strangers' highlight reels, drowning in gossip, binge-watching just one more episode, and then have the audacity to say, I wish I had time to work on myself. My friend, you did have time. You just donated it to everyone and everything except yourself. Look around you. The world isn't unfair. It's just brutally honest. It divides people into two camps. Those who waste hours like they're infinite, and those who treat every hour like the precious, non-renewable resource it is. You can spend 1 hour watching Instagram reels of someone else crushing it, or you can spend that same hour becoming the person others watch. The difference? Just time. Just choice. Let me paint you a picture. Years ago, I met this guy who complained like it was an Olympic sport. I have no time, he'd whine daily. He worked 9 to 6, dragged himself home exhausted, collapsed into his couch, fired up Netflix, and scrolled into oblivion until midnight. Every single night. Then one random Tuesday, something clicked. He made a deal with himself. Just 1 hour every night before bed, I'll study digital marketing. 1 hour, no negotiations, no excuses. 1 year later, and I'm not exaggerating, he was running his own 6-figure agency. Same 24 hours, same human being, one different decision. And here's what blows my mind. Your life doesn't transform in some dramatic finale moment. It transforms the second you decide to give yourself one non-negotiable hour every day. That's your actual new beginning. People love to say, 1 hour can't possibly change anything. Really? Then explain this. How come 1 hour of Netflix can completely shift your mood? How come 1 hour of arguing can demolish your entire day? But somehow, 1 hour of focused effort can't revolutionize your life? Of course it can. You just never committed to finding out. Here's the raw truth that nobody wants to hear. Success doesn't chase the smartest person in the room. It chases the most relentlessly consistent one. And consistency? It starts with that one golden hour. Your daily appointment with greatness. No distractions. No background noise, just you working in silence while the world is too tired. Because in that sacred hour, you're not ordinary anymore. That's the hour that separates you from 99% of humanity. That's the hour that's quietly writing the story of who you'll become 1 year from today. So here's your new mantra, starting right now. If I can win 1 hour, I can win my entire life. So, what do you actually do in that 1 hour? Because if you spend your precious 60 minutes overthinking what to do, congratulations. You've just sabotaged yourself before you even started. Listen carefully. That 1 hour isn't about frantically doing everything. It's about doing one thing that genuinely moves your life forward. Just one thing. Crystal clear, laser focused. Most people don't have a time problem. They have a focus crisis. They have no clue what deserves their attention. Monday, they want to launch a business. Tuesday, they're convinced they should become a content creator. Wednesday, they're watching 47 ways to make money while you sleep. My friend, you're barely awake during the day. Forget getting rich while sleeping. Let's get brutally real. You cannot architect a brand new life in 24 hours. But you can absolutely start sculpting it in 1 hour. And that begins with razor-sharp clarity. Ask yourself this game-changing question. What skill, what habit, what small daily action could fundamentally transform my life in 1 year? Then dedicate that 1 hour to it like it's a sacred meeting with your future self. Non-negotiable, unmissable. Want to get fit? 1 hour. Want to master a valuable skill? 1 hour. Want to build unshakable confidence? 1 hour. Want financial freedom? 1 hour. Learning how money actually works in the real world. But whatever you choose, and this is crucial, make it ironclad. No excuses accepted. You know what breaks my heart? People give their best energy, their sharpest thinking, their peak performance to their jobs, their schools, their bosses. And when it's finally time to invest in themselves, they mumble, "I'm too exhausted." Of course you're exhausted. You just poured your entire tank of fuel into building someone else's empire. And that 1 hour at night, that's the only sliver of time left to construct your own kingdom. Here's the difference. 1 hour on your dream beats 10 hours at your job. Why? Because that 1 hour is building your future. Those 10 hours, they're just paying for your present. Let me give you a painfully relatable example. You know those people who constantly say, "I really want to start a small business," but then spend countless hours watching videos of people who already did it? They've memorized every success story on social media except their own. Imagine, just imagine, if they invested one of those voyeuristic hours into actually learning how to start, how to market, how to sell, how to scale. They'd already be months ahead instead of still thinking about it. See the pattern? Life isn't about having time. It's about making trades. You're constantly trading your hours for something: entertainment, comfort, excuses, or growth. The smartest people on the planet trade at least 1 hour daily for their own evolution. That's why one focused hour is infinitely more valuable than an entire distracted day. In one focused hour, you can design a roadmap, master a new skill, reprogram your mindset, or simply sit in powerful silence and strategize your next move. Thinking with purpose beats scrolling without one every single time. So next time you catch yourself saying, "I don't have time," just be honest. You do have time. You just haven't decided that your dream deserves it yet. The silent transformation. At first, when you start giving yourself 1 hour daily, you won't notice fireworks. No dramatic music, no miraculous overnight transformation. Zero. In fact, it'll feel almost boring. Because growth never feels exciting at the beginning. It feels pointless, invisible, insignificant. You'll be sitting there reading, learning, planning, and that sneaky voice in your skull will whisper, "This is stupid. Nothing's changing. You're wasting your time." And that's precisely where 99% of people quit. They expect microwave results from a slow cooker process. Let me tell you something profound. Your life doesn't change while you're working on it. It changes because you worked on it. Change happens backstage, behind the curtain, in the shadows. Like your phone updating overnight. You don't see it happening. But the next morning, everything runs smoother, faster, better. That's exactly what your daily 1 hour is doing for your life. It's working in the background, rewriting your code. You might not see anything after 7 days. But in 70 days, your friends will start giving you those looks. In 6 months, your entire mindset will feel unrecognizable. And in 1 year, your whole life will look like a different movie. You'll start speaking differently, walking with quiet confidence. You'll stop wasting energy arguing or over-explaining yourself because you'll be too busy building something that speaks for itself. People will say, "Wow, you've really changed." And you'll smile knowingly and think, "Of course I have. I finally gave myself permission to." Let me share a story that'll hit home. I once knew a guy who burned hours daily on video games. One random day, he decided, 1 hour a day, I'm learning coding instead. First month, nothing happened. Crickets. Second month, still nothing visible. Third month, he built a tiny, scrappy app. 1 year later, he was freelancing internationally, earning more than his corporate salary. Now people call him lucky. But he's not lucky. He's consistent. That's what 1 hour does. It makes you look lucky in beautiful slow motion. You start unlocking something powerful. You don't need motivation every single day. You need momentum. And that daily 1 hour gives you exactly that. It's like planting a tree. Water it daily, it grows strong. Dig it up every week to check progress. It dies, success grows the same way. Slowly, silently, but surely. And here's the beautiful part. After a few months, that 1 hour becomes your favorite part of the day. Why? Because it's the only time that's truly, completely yours. It's the only time you feel proud, alive, and in total control of your destiny. That's when you realize something profound. You're not just working toward goals anymore. You're becoming the kind of person who achieves them. When the world starts noticing. Here's something fascinating about progress. When you start gifting yourself 1 hour daily, suddenly the entire world starts treating you differently. Not because they changed, because you did. Most people exist on autopilot. Wake up, rush to work, complain, scroll, collapse, repeat. Life becomes like a broken playlist. Same songs, just different days. But the moment you commit to giving even 1 sacred hour to your own growth, you quietly step out of that exhausting cycle. You start seeing what others are blind to. Most people are busy, not productive. Tired, not fulfilled. Connected online, but completely disconnected from themselves. And that 1 hour, it's your secret escape hatch from that trap. At first, people around you will smirk. "Oh, you're reading books now, trying to be smart?" They'll roll their eyes, crack jokes, try to pull you back down. But wait a few months. Those exact same people will be sliding into your DMs asking for advice. Because success is whisper quiet in the beginning and thunderously loud at the end. You'll notice your circle changing. When you grow, you outgrow. The people who used to gossip with you will suddenly feel draining. The people who talk about ideas, vision, growth, they'll start feeling magnetic. That's when you know your operating system has upgraded. And it all started with 1 hour real example. There was this young woman working at a local retail store. Always exhausted, always bitter that life was unfair. One day she said, "Fine, I'll give 1 hour every night to learning digital marketing. That's it." She didn't have money for fancy courses, so she devoured free YouTube tutorials. 6 months later, first freelance client. 1 year later, she quit her soul-crushing job. Now, She earns 5 times more working from her bedroom. All because she invested 1 unpaid hour daily before anyone believed in her. That's the supernatural power of your unseen hours. People see your results, never your routines. They'll say, "You're so lucky." But they didn't witness those quiet nights where you were learning while they were watching Netflix. You know what's brutally ironic? We all have at least 1 free hour every day, but most people use it to escape their life instead of upgrading it. They say, "I don't have time," while watching episode 6 of a show they don't even like. They say, "I'll start tomorrow," every single day for years. Then they look at someone successful and whine. "They had opportunities I didn't have." No, they had discipline you didn't have. Even scientifically, 1 hour of deep focus daily compounds like compound interest on steroids. Think about it. 1 hour of reading daily equals 365 hours of learning per year, equals basically a master's degree on your own terms. 1 hour of working out daily equals completely unrecognizable body in 6 months. 1 hour of writing, planning, creating equals you'll build something the world will pay attention to. You don't need more time. You need to reclaim the time you already have and invest it in yourself. And here's the biggest psychological shift that happens when you commit to working on yourself every day. You stop blaming others. You stop waiting for external motivation. You start feeling genuinely responsible for your life. You no longer say, "I can't." You start asking, "How can I?" That's a seismic transformation. Because now you realize the world doesn't change when you complain about it. It changes when you improve yourself. And that daily 1 hour is your weapon to build a future nobody thought you were capable of. You know what's hilarious? People say, "1 hour can't change my life," but they spend 5+ hours daily scrolling through other people's lives. So clearly, 1 hour does have transformative power. It's just about who you give it to. Think about it. If your screen time can build a billionaire's empire, imagine what your focus time could build for you. Your phone isn't the problem. Your priorities are, because you say, "I don't have time." But if Netflix drops a new series tonight, suddenly time materializes out of thin air like magic. People become nocturnal warriors for entertainment, but half-dead zombies for self-improvement. Let me hit you with the truth. The biggest life upgrade doesn't come from buying a new phone. It comes from using your old brain differently for just 1 hour a day. Now, when you start doing this, dedicating 1 hour daily to your goals, it's not Instagram worthy. Nobody applauds when you read a book. Nobody celebrates when you watch an educational tutorial or scribble ideas in a notebook. 0 likes, 0 comments, 0 validation. It's just you and your future quietly forming in the darkness. But one day, that silence erupts into a roar. That's the day people start asking, "Bro, what happened to you? You're completely different." And you'll smile and think, nothing happened overnight. It's been happening every single night. Because change doesn't send push notifications. It just shows up one morning when you realize you've outgrown your old habits, your old mindset, and your old mediocre life. Let's get painfully real. At first, you'll miss days. You'll feel lazy. Your brain will negotiate. Just skip today. One day doesn't matter. But that's the same brain that said that last year and the year before. And look where that got you, still stuck in the thinking about starting phase. So stop negotiating with your excuses. Show up even when it's boring. Because growth is boring before it becomes beautiful. When you give yourself that sacred 1 hour daily, something magical happens. You start respecting yourself. You start trusting yourself again. You realize you're not lazy. You're just uninspired. And the more you show up, the more genuine confidence you build. Not the fake, post a motivational quote. Confidence, the real confidence that comes from keeping promises to yourself. And here's how life rewards that. When you give 1 hour daily to learning life hands you opportunities that used to terrify you. When you give 1 hour to your health, life gives you energy others can't match. When you give 1 hour to your goals, life gives you peace because you finally know you're moving forward. And guess what? That 1 hour starts infecting everything else in your life. You start eating better, speaking differently, saying no to nonsense. Because your brain finally values your time, you'll even lose some friends, the ones allergic to your growth. They'll say, "You've changed," and you'll calmly reply, "Yes, I finally upgraded from complaining to creating." See, you cannot complain about your life if you're not giving it even 1 hour a day. You can't expect a $1 million dream with 5-minute effort. And you can't pray for a better future while worshipping distractions. You don't need a massive, complex plan. Just start with 60 minutes. That's all it takes to move from someday to started. Because here's the ultimate truth. Your dream version of yourself already exists. It's not waiting for money, luck, or miracles. It's waiting for consistency. Every single time you honor your 1 hour, you're shaking hands with that future version of you. And one day when you look back, you'll laugh at how something so seemingly small changed absolutely everything. You'll realize it was never one massive decision. It was hundreds of small sacred hours where you refused to quit on yourself. So the next time your brain whispers, "Just 1 hour won't matter," smile and say back, "You're right. It won't matter today, but it'll matter every single day after." Because 1 hour a day won't make you a millionaire overnight, but it'll make you the kind of person who can become one. Your new deal. So from this moment forward, make an unbreakable deal with yourself. No matter how exhausted, how busy, how distracted you are, you'll give 1 sacred hour to your growth every day. No excuses, no negotiations. Because remember this, the clock is always ticking. The only question is, are you using your hours to escape your life or to build it? 1 hour a day can't change the entire world, but it can absolutely, completely, undeniably change yours. And when it does, you won't need to announce it. They'll see it. They'll feel it. They'll know. Thank you for listening, my friends. Now go claim your hour. Your future self is waiting. And don't forget to like and subscribe, because your growth journey starts right now.